Once you've collected images and videos with the Habit camera, they'll be located in the gallery for your use. And so when you open the Habit camera app, you can navigate to the gallery by selecting the pictures icon that's at the bottom left of the screen. And what you'll see is the date and the images and videos that you've recorded there. And so the top, it says photo gallery. There's a button to the right of that, which says select. So if I want to select images and perform some function to them, I'll click select. Once I click select, now at the top left of every image or video, there is a empty circle, which gives me the opportunity to select them. So if I want to select a few images to delete, I can select those 3 and now they're checked. And then I can either use the delete icon at the bottom left to delete them. If I do that, a pop-up will appear that says delete these files to confirm the deletion of those. And I can click delete, and then they disappear from the gallery. Another function I can perform after I select some of these images is to export them to the photos folder of the device that I'm using. And so if I want to do this, I click the next icon, which is the down arrow inside the square. And so once I do that, this is the first time I've done that with this device. And so it's going to ask permission to do this. And it's going to say allow the Habit camera app to add photos to your photo library. So if I allow it to do that, then it'll export those images. And what I'll see on the screen is it'll say export success. And then I'll click OK. Now, once those images have successfully been exported, if I were to go to the photos folder of this iPhone, I would see those photos there. The next icon at the bottom, just to the right of the export image, is to send them using either text or any other apps that are built into the functionality of your phone or tablet. And so when I click send on this iPhone, at the top are all these people that I can text. I can use AirDrop messages or any of the other functionality that's built into the native applications of your phone. And so that can be useful primarily if you're thinking of texting or emailing your images to someone, say using Gmail or Outlook or any of these other options. And so I'll close out of that and hit. And lastly, the last thing I'll share about this, once I've hit select, there's a select all or deselect all button, which is at the bottom right of this iOS device. And so if I click on that, all of the images, the entire gallery will be selected. Or if I click on it again, it will deselect all of those images in the entire gallery. That's the functionality in this select menu. If I hit cancel at the top right, it'll go back to the gallery. And so once I go back to the gallery, I can see multiple images. But if I want to look at each image individually, what I'll do is I'll just select that, and then it'll appear in full screen mode. And so once this image is now full screen, at the bottom is the gallery in small thumbnails from left to right. But I can also manipulate this image and potentially edit it or export it or delete it, similar to what we had with the multi-select menu. So on the bottom left is delete. So that's the trash can, that icon. Next to that is the export, which is the down arrow and the square. I have the rotate image. So if I select that, it's going to rotate the image 90 degrees, just like it was when I was collecting the image. Just to the right of that is the mirror functionality, so I can mirror this image again if needed. And then lastly is the share icon, which is the little envelope with the pen. And when I click on that again, that opens up the functionality within this phone, the native functionality to be able to share the image with whomever I choose. And again, all of that's done just at the image level. So this functionality is useful if you just want to send or export or manipulate one image or one video, whereas what I showed you previously with the select at the home, the initial gallery default view allows you to do that with multiple images or multiple videos. And so I can navigate through this from left to right to see different options and evaluate the image quality of what I've just collected. And so this is the way that the gallery functionality and the image sharing and exporting functionality works within the Habit Camera app. Specifically, what I've shown you here is for an iOS device on this iPhone.